Hello everyone, my name is Donald and welcome to the channel. Now we haven't really had time to come up under the stars of recently. It's been pretty bad weather. However, today we have some openings. It will be cloudy at some point, so I might get clouded out, but it looks like it's going to be kind of on and off, cloudy, clear, cloudy, cloudy, clear. So we'll kind of see how it goes. I'm going to try to knock out some of the stuff in the book that I have. I'll turn off all the electronics because that's actually not allowed during that process. I do have a laser pointer. It's kind of dark, so I'm going to go ahead and get all this set up now. I have a late start. Have a kid. Can't let her put herself to bed, right? Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Just bear with me. I'm going to get my setup going, and then we'll see what we can see. No, I didn't really plan for tonight's trip out, but I do know the Seven Sisters is going to be up kind of late though, around like 4 a.m. I don't really know if I'm going to be staying up late enough for all that, but we'll see. What you see me doing now is checking the calibration. Now, I've seen online that a lot of people say that you don't really have to calibrate that much, but I'll be honest with you. Just about every time I travel with my telescope, I have to calibrate it. It gets off-centered every time. And one day I'll do a video showing you how to do this. I almost did it this weekend if I couldn't get out. Who knows? Maybe I still will. But it's a pretty easy process. It doesn't take a whole lot. Turn these screws here until you kind of get what you need it to be at. That was a little more trouble than normal. Doing it in the dark is never ideal. And after you set the light in the proper position, then all you gotta do is spin this bad boy around so I can see it. And there's these screws up in the back here that you're gonna adjust. And it's really nothing too crazy here. And we're pretty close to center. Alright, well, that's one. Now, you can get this bad boy, this calibrator, for about 30 bucks on Amazon. Totally worth it, especially if you have a Dob. It ends up being something that I end up doing all the time, even though I was told I wouldn't have to do it all the time. Let's see. My laser scope. Now the laser scope's going to be kind of hard to set up because it's already dark, and realistically you should do this during the day. But what I'm going to do is use the app to find my target, then I'll line it up. I'll just line it up. It'll be a little more complicated, but not hopefully too much. Bugs. Anyways, so let me get back to it. I've kind of talked enough. So I did take a moment to, enjoy Mars before it vanishes over the horizon. As before, I can't really see it outside of being a small dot. However, through my research, I have learned that my Barlow with my telescope's current power, which I think it's 750, at a max of what this eye scope can do, which is 8 millimeters. The max that I can do, almost to a T, is a ×3. So I did try this, along with, I did try the 5 as well, but the 5, obviously, once I get beyond 12, I really can't get too much. So, but with the ×3, it looks crisp. It looks nice. I still can't see the planet as a whole. I just don't, I think it's above what this telescope can pull. Now that I do have a better understanding of how Barlows work and how the telescope's magnification works, I'm hoping to get a little better view on some of the things that I was looking at before. But yeah, as far as the red light, it's clearly working really well. I don't know how long this will work. I guess we'll see. It is rechargeable, but hopefully it will just run for most of the night. There is going to be a moment I am going to turn the camera off. I'm going to do some long exposures. And I'm actually going to sit back without the telescope and just look at the constellations. I really need to take the time out to really learn these guys a little more accurate. Alright, so the long exposure I'm going to do is of the Big Dipper, which is actually part of, I believe, the constellation of the Bear. It's from where we are at, you can't really see the rest of the Bear. You can only see the Big Dipper part here. The other stars are kind of hidden here, but who knows, maybe the long exposure will bring it out. I'm going to go ahead and turn the light off here and see what I can do, and hopefully I'll get something good out of it. And while I was getting those, I went ahead and looked around at a couple different things. You know, the biggest problem that I have right now, though, is it's about 11 o'clock, which is on cue on when the clouds were supposed to come in. And I think I'm going to be clouded out for roughly about an hour. I mean, some of the sky's open, some of it's not. Unfortunately, most of the things I need to see are in that direction, which are where the clouds are at. So I'm going to just kick back and relax for a little bit. See what I can see. Try to pick out some of these other constellations while I'm at it. And go from there. It's about 12:30 now. A lot of clouds came in. It did clear up in some sections, but it makes it very hard to gaze. I'm going to give it about another 30. Saturn's over the tree line now. I just have to wait for this one cloud to move out of the way. Maybe I'll get some good sightings of it, but it's definitely not a good day for me to look for any of the clusters or nebula, because I can't see anything. But that's okay, though. I mean, we are prisoners of the weather when we do this kind of thing, so, you know, let's see what I can pull out. I'll do a time lapse for the rest of my time here, and then we'll skedaddle. Alright, well, I was able to at least get Saturn before the clouds kind of covered it up completely, and then I lost it. I was going to try to grab a quick little snip of it, but that ended up not happening. Overall, I'm not going to say it was a great night. It wasn't a terrible night. I mean, I got to see Saturn, so at least it's something. It's probably the only actual thing I got to see this evening that was worth seeing. Clouds were just not kind enough to me today. But yeah, outside of that, any pictures that I did manage to get, I'll post up on here for you. I don't even know what that is. And this way, at least, you have something to look at from my adventures out here tonight. What did I do? But yeah, I'm going to get cleaned up. I'm going to throw this up onto, you know, same thing I did before. And this way, we can get on out of here, because I'm getting kind of eaten up even with my bug spray on. So, I don't know how many pictures we're actually going to get out of this session. I realized when I was looking at Saturn that my StarSense was actually off. So I wasn't actually looking at anything that I thought I was looking at, which I thought was weird. Thought maybe it was just because it was really cloudy. I couldn't really see most of the stuff. But it turns out that it was actually really far off from where it should have been. I'm not really sure how that happened, but that's okay. I'm still learning the program. And what ended up allowing me to even see Saturn was the laser. So, I mean, I already know that this is something I have to work on. I have to definitely stop relying on the StarSense. But the StarSense does make it really easy, at least for these videos, to kind of be able to find things relatively quickly. It's also really hard to find constellations, because I find that even constellations that are like designed on the StarSense, like I can see the constellations, I still can't really see them with the naked eye very well. And I feel that this will make things a little more difficult, but as I start doing the certificates, it's going to end up becoming a problem if I can't start really identifying a lot of the stuff with my bare eyes, which I seem to be struggling with here. Besides the Dipper and the Bear, I had a very hard time finding even Scorpius, which I need for a lot of the ones during the summer, because it's so far into the light pollution over on this side that I really can't see a lot of it. So what I did do is today the wife and I went around to several new places. We took some video, mostly aerial view with the drone. Don't mind the drone, it's trash, so it doesn't do very well with the heavy winds. Trying to eye out other places. I will post a video with all those locations, with all that footage, once I'm done hitting all those locations. I still have a couple more up this way, and I have quite a few down towards Belle Plaine and the Cape May area that I also want to check out. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll start knocking these out one by one. I'll go to a couple of them whenever the skies are clear. I'm not going to go really far. The only reason I came here today was because it was supposed to be cloudy, and I'm not going to waste time driving to these really nice spots when I don't even know if I'm going to get the results that I want. So as I get better skies, I'll try these other locations, and we'll see if maybe I can find a place where I can get a better eye on certain constellations and be able to identify what it is that I'm actually looking at. But outside of that, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. You know, like, subscribe, comment. It does me a lot of help. It helps with the getting my stuff out to more people. Guys, again, thank you for hanging with me tonight. Even though I kind of consider this a little bit of a fail, I was able to at least see Saturn, so that always brings me a little bit of joy, because it is gorgeous through the eyepiece. Guys, as always, have a good night, and eyes up, NJ.